physical preparation's been done, but today's going to be in your head. How you're going to start, what intensity you're going to bring, what type of effort you're going to bring. And just remember who we're representing. Each and every one of you before me, you've got pride. No doubt about that. Come from mothers and fathers who loved you when you were brought into the world. You become an extension of them, irrespective of whether you like it or not. But when you're actually representing an interleague of this nature, you're representing the club you're in. So as a byproduct of what we expect today as an organisation, we've put you 24 before us, the responsibility to get the job done. Now the process in terms of playing the game will look after itself, because the talent will look after itself. But all I'm asking for, and our organisation's asking for, is for you to summon up the courage to give effort for 80 minutes. Have pride in the way you go about it, exhibit the skills that you've got, and let's get out and enjoy the game.
The words of Interleague coach Mick McGuane there, addressing the Essendon District football team for the last time before they ran out onto the field and beat the Southern Football League by 81 points. Welcome to the Interleague wrap edition of EDFL Web TV. Teo Pellizzeri, my name, joined as always by Adem Saricaoglu. And Adam, we were both at Icon Park at the weekend watching a very impressive EDFL unit complete the job and make amends for last year's defeat.
Yeah, and we'll be playing the Northern Footy League, obviously, who were quite good against the Amos, so we'll certainly have it up against us next year, and hopefully we'll have improved enough to be able to compete much better than what we did a year ago. But yeah, a great performance by our boys, well led by Mick McGuane, completely dominant from start to finish. No obviously disrespect to the Southern Footy League, but we were obviously a couple of classes above, and certainly proved it. So the perfect result for our boys, and big 2015 coming up, and then hopefully next year for the 2016 Interleague Championships will be raring to go.
It will be the same three matchups as last year in next year's championships. It's only one game a year, and it's important not to lose sight whether you win or you lose. I think that was the message of the pre-match record, actually, that you can't judge the league based on that one day a year, but having a successful interleague team should be the product of having a good league. And I think that the Essendon District certainly took things very differently this year. Anyone who's watched EDFL Web TV through the course of the Interleague Championships and seen the training sessions and the number of football brains involved in preparing this team, and just the quality of the players on show, would have known that regardless of whether it was the Southern League, who didn't quite have the cattle, or whether it had been the Northern or the Western region, whoever else, it certainly was a very different EDFL unit lining up against them at the weekend. With that said, Adam, the better players and the guys you noticed, Andrew Brown, as you'll see in a few minutes, as part of the interviews we did with the players, he got the EDFL medal. I thought Stephen Brewer was outstanding. Adem Iacobucci had a lot of the ball. And one who certainly caught my eye was Kane Barbuto from Keilor. I thought he was very good. And Michael Tanner, the swingman, the tactical surprise, from the back pocket in the Team of the Year to starting at full forward in the Interleague game. He kicked a couple of goals when the game was still there to be won, and there were plenty of success stories for the EDFL Interleague team.
Yeah, I was up in the box calling this game, Teo, alongside our own Dave Kennedy, and we both agreed from up there it seemed as though Michael Tanner was having a massive impact on the game, and had we have given our votes, he probably would have been our best on ground. Michael Tanner, he was outstanding at both ends of the ground, 2 goals in the second term. And obviously Southern Footy League didn't really have much of an answer for them. We were wondering why is there no one on him. Similar sort of feelings towards Barbuto as well, who just kept popping up here and there. And you're right, I did like Brewer's game, but Dean Galea kicked 5 goals and almost seemed unstoppable at certain stages, especially in the second half. He really let loose in the third quarter, kicked 3 there, ended up with 5, as I said. His partner in crime, both in Interleague and at Avondale Heights, Patrick Rose, also got 2, so that tandem has certainly not lessened their output on the field. So we're very much looking forward to see what they can deliver. And that combination. We're calling the game alongside the Southern Footy League, Steve Hampton, their commentator. And he was quite astounded by just how dominant those two are in tandem. And Southern Footy League had no answer.
Now, my focus through the build-up to the game has been about the experience, about making training worth doing, about the Escagrill Best Trainer Award as a reward for going along and putting in and really committing to the Interleague concept. You have seen the end product without seeing the build-up. So compared to last year, we are significantly improved, albeit against a significantly weaker opponent. The burning question is, when we come back and do it all again in 12 months' time, and I suspect that there will be a reason and people striving to improve even on the preparation this time around. What needs to change between this year and next year so that the EDFL is a good chance of beating the Northern League and advancing to play either the Eastern or the VAFA in that spot for the #1 contender, assuming, of course, that we have the same tournament format for the next 2 years?
I think the attitude needs to change from last year, Teo. We completely underestimated the Northern Footy League last year. Too many people within the setup, either playing or non-playing, were perhaps a little bit overconfident, just taking for granted that we would take care of the Northern Footy League, and obviously that did not happen. They proved us wrong last year in that game, and even this year, like I mentioned, they pushed the Ammos all the way in that 1v2
Well, if
game
anything,
on
with the
Saturday.
benefit of hindsight, it makes our loss last year look not quite as bad that the Northern Football League, if not for porking for goal, could have beaten the Ammos at the weekend.
Yeah, and physically they matched up against them, which we would expect. They're a very physical league, the Northern Footy League, so you'd expect their interleague team to be that way inclined, and certainly in that respect they matched the Ammos, but obviously just a bit cleaner with the ball, all that sort of thing that you would expect from the Ammos. That was where they got them in the end, as well as obviously a lot of pride wearing that big V jumper. And if you'd want to look at in terms of next year, the matchup with us against the Northern Footy League, we know that we use the ball extremely well. So we need to use that as a massive advantage and see if we can get the upper hand on them this time around.
Well, it was a good day for rep footy in the EDFL, but we put it in cotton wool for a number of months, and it'll probably be revisited at the end of November or the start of December, long after the 2015 season is finished. We're going to hear more from mighty Mick McGuane and the players, as well as plenty of footage from match day. So enjoy. This is further footage from the EDFL Interleague campaign.
Yeah, I thought we shaped the footy really well today. Down back we spread them, we made the ground long, we made the ground wide, and our execution coming out of the back end was quite good. It gave us an advantage by them probably rolling one back, which gave us an extra behind the footy. And when you get that extra, you've got to use it to your advantage. By playing with width and playing with length, it opens up pockets of space through the corridor, and we wanted to attack that as much as we could, and we certainly did that, and we penetrated their defence because of it. They gave up a lot of their own valuable time. They gave up only their own club time to be a part of what a Tuesday night training session was, and they just empowered their assistant coaches, which is good growth for them. And the more they get involved in sort of an interleague campaign, I think they certainly identify the strengths of other individuals within the competition, and then they can go back and add that to their planning, because seeing is believing. And when you see the output of, say, Andrew Brown today, they'll be asking questions, how do we nullify him? We see Stephen Brewer in a light that he runs and he carries the footy and he gets 28 possessions in 80 minutes of footy. So the planning would only be strengthened by this experience, knowing full well that there's some really good players in the competition.
I take it this is just the beginning, and you want this to be a legacy, not to just be a one-hit wonder?
Yeah, we do. It's about what the boys want, and the boys want to win. And they outlined that right from day one. They're a proud group. They were disappointed with their effort 12 months ago. But in the space of 12 months, if you've got buy-in and you've got commitment from the playing group, you can turn around results pretty quickly. So we identified how we wanted to play. We identified what type of model we believe wins games of footy. And then we just had to find the right personnel to put into that model. And from that, we picked the team. Oh, well, just from an embarrassment point of view of 12 months ago, we believe we're far better than ranked 5 in the rankings point system. We had to start somewhere. We started poorly. But this might help build momentum, and I know there's a lot of envious guys out there at Clubland who want to be a part of the campaign going forward because of the experience these guys had over the last 6 weeks.
There wasn't as much buy-in last year as compared to this year. Getting Mick on board, everyone had a big buy-in and everyone wanted to play. So from the start we had a bit of preparation this year, obviously 6 weeks training, and then obviously it was good to get a result today. We were very disappointed in regards to last year. It's a very disappointing result for us in the competition. I think, like I said earlier, everyone's just got to buy in. Like Ash Arrowsmith said, we could be here for 3 or 4 years and everyone have a buy-in. Next year, obviously 3v4, and then hopefully win that next year, and then go into 1 versus 2. It's just we believe we're one of the best competitions in Melbourne Metro. We just want to try and prove it now.
It was a great game, some awesome buy-in from the boys. I think the experience campaign led by Mick and the other assistant coaches really got us on track. And as I said, the buy-in and the teamwork aspect, we trust everyone and the blokes out there. So I think we got on top and we stayed on top. And those late goals that they got wasn't a reflection of what the game was. It was a good win, solid win, and yeah, great experience for myself, especially to play with such experienced fellas. Not many kicks early, but yeah, just attack the footy, nice fat lip from it, but that's what it is, making your statement, get yourself in the game, and then the kicks come from then. So it's all about those 1%ers, the TIs. As Mick said, we had 82 in 80 minutes, which is more than 1 a minute. So it was an awesome effort from everybody.
And it's not just about the result, it's about the experience. Now that the campaign's over, how does it sit with you as the training, the group stuff that you did, and also the game itself?
Awesome platform for the season, first of all, for my campaign at Keilor and all the other boys as well. But it's a great foundation for EDFL in the future. So Ash Arrowsmith said at the start of the game, it's a group we can stick with for 5 years. And let's hope so. Hope that happens, and yeah, who knows where we could be next year and the year after.
That was a great effort from the boys. We bought in all 24, and it was a great result. Playing forward, something different, and it was a lot of fun. So I have to find myself there at Clubland. Look, last year was a bit different. The build-up this year was far more uniform. We were together as a group. And we strove for the same goal. Last year in the training, it was a bit different. It was a different feeling. This year's a lot more enjoyable, I suppose.
Just the way he went about it. Mick knew that we had the team to do it. His message, obviously, we got on the top of him early. We knew hardness was going to be the key. If we get on top in that contest, as I said before, we knew we were definitely too good from around the ground. Yeah, we made an effort to win the hardball. I mean, once we knew we had the spread, we just had to win that hardball on the inside, and then obviously win the game on the outside. Yeah, hopefully a few more players next year get on board. It was a great time. I mean, 6 weeks we got together, trained once a week, got a good result, so it's just a matter of us working up the ladder now and getting into that first game.
Come on!